Cat Williams is dropping bombs and taking names in his case and everything. 18 minutes ago here, and he's dropping a whole list of Hollywood actors on the Diddy list and ruining their hidden spots. So let's get in with it, shall we?
You don't like black people enough, you could become one yourself. I'm not the only black man with a bunch of mug shots.
You know, the next thing is, man, Craig Mack was the one that jumped Bad Boy off. And, you know, and it got so bad that Craig Mack, who died from AIDS, that man, he got brainwashed so bad from Diddy and got done so wrong. The man went to South Carolina and joined a cult with his family until he died of AIDS a few years ago.
I'm going to tell you who I believe is on the tapes. I believe Barack Obama got a tape. I know Jennifer Lopez has multiple tapes. I know Beyonce got a tape. I definitely know they probably recycled some old Stevie J and Eve stuff. I know Drake got a tape. I know Rihanna got a tape. I know Chris Brown's on one of them tapes. I know Trey Songz has been like a supporting actor in many freak-off films. Definitely Usher. I think what would shock people are the politicians and the royals that were one that tape.
Dumbass lawyer said you probably got it at Costco. Costco hit right back. We don't even sell baby oil. We be having a real conversation about some real
The entertainment industry tends to pause and pay attention when Cat Williams speaks. He has frequently found himself in hot water due to his unvarnished honesty and keen recall of Hollywood events. His name is currently being drawn into yet another controversy by a fresh round of allegations, lists, and resurfaced interviews, this time involving hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Talk about a purported list of celebrities who were present at Diddy's most notorious parties is rife on social media. But more than just the names, the public's curiosity is being piqued by some of Hollywood's biggest stars' silence. In addition to accusations, this story explores trends, actions, and the uneasy connections between covert power and celebrity culture. We've witnessed instances over the years where celebrities' personal lives clashed with public scrutiny, and this seems to be one of those pivotal moments. We will delve deeply into the names, responses, and history that have contributed to this viral moment in this commentary. A purported list of celebrities linked to Diddy's private parties has gone viral online, much like the unexpected release of an album. Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Ashton Kutcher, Paris Hilton, Howard Stern, Russell Brand, Mariah Carey, Jennifer Lopez, Russell Simmons, Usher, and Megan Fox are just a few of the astounding names. They are being mentioned in a completely different context, but this is the kind of lineup that could be the main attraction at any significant award ceremony.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
I was a party favorite.
What does that mean?
I was a party favorite. I was somebody you could take off the table.
So you're telling me they set children
I set children on a table.
like when you go to a birthday party and they have gift bags for everybody that comes that have candy and toys in them,
Yep.
and they set them on the table. So you're telling me at the freak off parties, they put children on the table instead of gift bags, and then people can do what?
Take you off the table and have even though it's against the rules to do certain things like except for times that's against the rules. Like for me that was against the rules, but that didn't matter. That did not matter.
Take you off the table, do whatever they want with you, and then what happens?
Then they put you back on the table.
They put you back on the table for somebody else to come choose you? Okay. That's called a party favor effect. It's just one of the little things that go on at the freak-off parties with children. Were there animals there?
Goats.
Did they turn the animals loose on the kids?
Yeah.
And if you got sick and threw up because it was so disgusting, what happened?
You have to eat it.
You had to eat your vomit if you threw up. That's satanic ritual. Diddy was at this party? Denzel Washington was at this party?
Yep.
Birdman was at this party?
Yes, he was.
And Young Jock?
Yep.
And you're telling me Denzel was there and it was after 1 o'clock when he supposedly left?
And beanie, socks, and a gold chain.
So you're telling me Denzel Washington was butt naked, he had a beanie on, socks on, and a gold chain, and that's it. In front of children. Funny. Because he sure portrays himself to be holier than thou.
So a lot of them do.
I think you also told me that one of those men have a birthmark.
Left thigh.
One of those men have a birthmark on their left thigh.
Yep.
Did you have actions with Diddy? Denzel? And I know we don't tell on Denzel. You might not tell on Denzel, but your mama gonna tell on everybody. I ain't keeping no secrets.
Club Shay Shay, yeah. I was trying to do something there that hadn't been done. I thought that I had figured out the algorithm mathematically, and I thought that I could show that. And when I wrote it out to kill the careers of the people I was talking about, right? But it was so vicious that I erased all of the knockout blows and just left the jabs, so that the comic I'm talking about knows that I know your real story. I'm gonna tell this, but you know what else I know. So, yeah, I was...
Do you want to tell any of those stories now?
Well, I'm saying... Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. T.G. Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Social media users are speculating about the depth of the connections between the list and the infamous Epstein list. It's intriguing how rapidly this story gained popularity, and how cautiously the people named have refrained from making public comments. The fact that these names are being spread alongside Diddy's is enough to keep the public talking, even though no one has been formally implicated in any criminal investigations connected to his current case.
So stick around, because what you're about to see is straight from the inside. So people like Attorney General Pam Bondi were flaunting around the Epstein files in February of this year. You even had people like Kash Patel, who has been deeply embedded in Trump's orbit, saying that Jeffrey Epstein didn't commit suicide and that the files are indeed real. But our sources, and yes, we're deeply connected inside the White House, have a very different story to tell than the one that's being told to the public.
I am fascinated by this because Patel and Bongino were leading the conspiracy theories about Epstein's death and whether there was a client list. I never thought they would do a flip, but it sounds like they almost have, and they're on board with the notion that it was suicide and there's no list.
Well, very much so. The Department of Justice, with the sign-off of the FBI, released a statement and a memo, Axios first reported it, saying there was no client list and there was no suicide.
Now, during all of this, Diddy had been convicted on 2 counts of the Mann Act, which is transporting across state lines for the purpose of prostitution. And we got word from insiders at the White House that Donald Trump was seriously considering pardoning Diddy. Roll the clip out.
This is a big deal. This is a big deal. President Trump is seriously considering pardoning Diddy. And we know this. We have sources with direct knowledge that people from the White House have been in.
He was considering, but he didn't. Okay? And a big key part was. But Trump stated on news that he's not going to do it. Because of key reasons why. He knew Diddy business-wise, not personal-wise. And when Trump was running for president, Diddy was attacking him with a lot of smear campaigns. See, they don't give you the whole... TMZ is a damn Democratic-owned channel. Okay? Of course they're gonna flip the switch, whitewash it, scrub it down, put their own information to make it look like Trump was going to do it. No, he wasn't. TMZ is just like CNN, NBC, News 10, all them, News 19, all them channels. Democratic-owned TVs and everything. Owned by the Democrats. Okay? Alright. They owned by the Democrats. Of course they're going to say that kind of bullshit. This is to make it... This is to make the sale. This is getting them the buck they needed. Okay, and these 2 idiots here are... riding in with TMZ. They getting the big money because they getting paid by the Democrat channel. Okay, watch how they act.
Communication with the defense team, Diddy's defense team, and that Trump is seriously considering it, and this is going to be timed to the judge's decision on whether Diddy gets bail.
This would be the ultimate smokescreen, and we've seen for weeks some very major smokescreens, but this one would have to take the cake.
And on the surface, this link kind of starts to make sense, right? 2 men, both accused in high-profile both convinced they were being unfairly targeted, and both using the media to frame themselves as victims. But then everything shifted. Diddy was denied bail. After that, Trump came out and said that he once got along with Diddy very well, but that he was leaning towards not pardoning Diddy because Diddy was, quote, very hostile to him during the time that Trump was running for office. Roll the clip.
Sean Diddy Combs.
Right.
Would you consider pardoning him?
Well, he was essentially, I guess, sort of half innocent.
Yes.
I don't know what they do. He's still in jail or something. But he was celebrating a victory, but he seems, I guess it wasn't as good as a victory. Probably, you know, I was very friendly with him. I got along with him great. And seemed like a nice guy. I didn't know him well. But when I ran for office, he was very hostile.
He said some not so nice things about you, sir.
And it's hard, you know, like you, we're human beings.
Right.
And we don't like to have things cloud our judgment, right? But when you knew someone and you were fine, and then you run for office, and he made some terrible statements. So, I don't know, it's more difficult. It makes it more, I'm being honest, it makes it more difficult to do.
But more likely a no for Combs?
I would say so.
Okay.
But it seems like Trump isn't out of tactics to distract the public from the Epstein files quite yet.
When you didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
Come on, Dad.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that.
You see Jonathan Major, what he went through, Marvel dropped him as soon as the conviction came out. And you were telling me...
Hey, you saw that black woman come get his charge cut in half? Thank you, Megan Good. God bless you. Coming to save that slave. If he'd had to be there by himself, he was getting awful. Guilty. She came in there, was just so beautiful. They had to knock half of it off. Bless his heart.
Let's be real. When a list like this drops, you can't just scroll past it. We're talking about global icons here. Every name on that list carries its own empire, its own loyal fan base, and a brand worth millions. So for them to suddenly be linked, even indirectly, to an ongoing federal investigation, that's not just a headline, that's a full-blown PR nightmare. It's the stuff publicists lose sleep over and online commentators live for. And because this is the internet, once those names hit the timeline, there's no putting the genie back in the bottle. Theories spiral, narratives grow, and every tiny detail gets magnified. Things got even more suspicious when fans notice a few familiar faces going radio silent, or outright wiping posts from social media. Usher, who famously spent part of his early career under Diddy's wing, had multiple posts vanish from his X account. His explanation? I was hacked. Convenient timing, especially since an old interview of his resurfaced at the exact same moment, one where he hinted at witnessing some strange happenings inside Diddy's home. Now, the question isn't if people are going to keep talking, it's how far this is going to go.
And with this stuff that's coming out about, celebrities, these celebrities who apparently have been deleting all of their posts on Twitter, the platform now known as X, people that are, I guess some are say are connected to Diddy, are people that were just very, much around him, attended a lot of those parties, the infamous, what people are calling now, freak-offs. So there's three celebrities in particular. There's Usher, there's Pink, and there's Megan Fox. And with this, there is, on a couple of these things, there is a fair amount of misinformation, actually, that has been going around about this whole thing about, why all of a sudden all these celebrities, now they're all deleting their posts from on X, what have they got to hide? And it seems to have been just something that, it gets out there on X, one person posts it, it gains traction, and then so many other people roll with it. But going through this stuff here, so first off, there's Usher. So Usher, it was the other day that it came out, that was revealed that, all of a sudden there's no more posts from Usher. All of his posts, the tweets, whatever, he used to call them tweets, they're all gone. But then it was yesterday evening, Usher tweeted, account got hacked and damn y'all ran with it. And then see you tonight in Two It Domes. I guess he had a concert on that night, last night. So apparently this is the whole, my account got hacked, sorry, But I'm going to get back to that one. But with a couple of other ones, there is some misinformation going around with that, and it has been fact checked. So, and there's a lot of these accounts that it's the same people that do this. And what it was this supposedly was breaking news that actress Megan Fox has deleted every post she created on Instagram and deleted every post on Twitter X up to 2013, leaving fans to believe it's connected to the Diddy case. Usher and Pink deleted all of their posts, X/Twitter posts earlier today. We come to find out that was fact checked, that was wrong. What happened was that Pink had quit Twitter and deleted all but 2 retweets in February 2024. And then Megan Fox didn't delete her tweets, she used it for under a week in January 2013 before quitting Twitter. And then if we go down a bit more, she already wiped her Instagram in May 2024. So let's get to the stuff with Pink. Okay, so February 2024. She's only got like 2 retweets up on her account. I know she very rarely maybe used Twitter, and she was more like an Instagram person. And some say that it's kind of like she's one of these like left-wing, anti-Trump, anti-Elon Musk, type people. So some are saying that it's actually got nothing to do with Diddy, and this is more like an anti-Elon thing, which could be the case. I'm not saying that's wrong, but that's the truth though. People are making out like this was just done. I think they're making out like Usher, Megan Fox and Pink followed Usher with deleting their posts. But that did not happen because this was back in February 2024 that she deleted her posts. Now, is it possible because the stuff with Diddy with the lawsuit with Cassie late last year? Now, is it possible Pink maybe being quite smart, you know, clued up, maybe just a team where people are around her and there's stuff there, there's posts, backdated stuff from being around Diddy at parties and events. Did she maybe think it was best just to delete all her posts altogether and just be done with that because there was stuff on there from the past for her and Diddy?
I heard that you bought a military base in Alabama. Is that true? A military base?
As starving comedians would do.
Now, I don't know if you're being truthful or not. Did you really buy one?
Yeah, Fort McClellan. Yeah, what? Because the reason why like my life works in golf and off the golf course is because I follow instruction well, right? Mm-hmm. So if I see somebody do a good job, I just want to do a good job.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow the example.
Yeah.
Right? So Tyler Perry got a military base.
That's correct.
Made it into a movie studio and started making movies. Cat Williams.
Bought a military base. Are you making movies?
I'm not wearing dresses. Yeah, making movies.
Pink just noped out of X completely. Deleted her account, gone. But Megan Fox, she cranked it up a notch. Not only did she ditch X, but she wiped her entire Instagram clean too, and boom, cue the internet detectives. Suddenly, everyone's whispering, is this a strategic move, a subtle escape from the storm brewing online? The timing couldn't be more suspicious. And in celebrity culture, timing isn't just important, it's everything. See, here's the thing. When a scandal hits Hollywood, digital spring cleaning is practically a survival tactic. Some celebs scrub their profiles to protect upcoming projects, others do it to starve the haters of content. But when multiple A-listers pull the same disappearing act at the same moment, that's when the conspiracy engines start revving. Especially when these stars know exactly how every tiny action plays in the media circus. They've been at this game long enough to know better, and just when things couldn't get messier, an old Khloe Kardashian interview resurfaced like gasoline on a fire. She casually recalled hitting up one of Diddy's infamous parties. No defensiveness, just straight up saying half the guests were butt naked, and that she caught an early morning flight just to be there. It was clearly a throwaway joke at the time, but now, people are dissecting every word like it's a secret code, convinced it's a puzzle piece in this unfolding drama.
So who was with you this weekend? A bunch of my friends. Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber, so far French Montana. Do you even know half the people you're naming? No. You didn't go to bed. I haven't been to bed yet. You haven't? I want to be Clay when I grow up, Court. I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Go to this party. I think half the people there were butt naked.
Let's talk about the Diddy trial. So, yes, so many celebrities continue to be name dropped during this explosive testimony in the Sean Diddy Combs trial. Whitney Houston's been named, Mike Myers, Mariah Carey, a few A-list stars who came up during the testimony during the third week of Diddy's trafficking and racketeering trial.
Khloe's account supports other long-standing rumors regarding Diddy's events, which have been that they frequently started out similarly to other high-profile Hollywood get-togethers, but took a dramatic turn as the evening went on. The question of how many people were aware of, saw, or heard about these events over the years has come up again as a result of the resurgence of this interview clip. Public opinion becomes a potent instrument at this point. An old comment like this is reframed through the prism of fresh accusations as soon as it is removed from the archives. It is now viewed as a possible component of a larger puzzle, rather than just a humorous anecdote. It's also difficult to believe Khloe didn't realize the potential consequences of her remarks, given that she comes from one of the entertainment industry's most media-savvy families.
Well, did he start snitching? He better. But the only thing I'm interested in him talking about is everything he knows about Kathy Coriana White. See, I know You know what happened to Corey. Diddy. I know that. You and Jay-Z. Down in Vegas in Tao with Claudia. Why don't you just talk about Cassie? That might help. That might help a lot.
Because I'm not saying this is what happened. If there's a round of kids, it's the trafficker. P. Diddy gets a round of kids. Let's say that round of kids had Justin Bieber in it. There's contracts, okay? There's contracts for codes within that person. So they can take a remote and turn that person off. Britney Spears, when they want to. Lindsay Lohan, when they want to. Amanda Bynes, when they want to, okay? So let's say there's a contract for Justin Bieber. When P. Diddy has a hold of Justin Bieber, he now owns half of those codes. If Usher had the same contract and trafficked Bieber out to P. Diddy, okay, Usher and P. Diddy now have parts of Justin Bieber's contract. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if one goes down, the other side of the code has to go down. If there's a property linked to that person, Kevin Hart, because they had something to do with the trafficking of Bieber, then their property will go down because there's a code to that property. There's a code to everything. Your social security number is like a code. Okay? But depending on the level of MK Ultra, people have auctions for the codes on that person. So they can use a remote to them, like a TV, and shut them down, turn it up, use somebody else, change it whenever they feel like it. Bookmark it. Trust me. Trust me, bookmark it. Okay? I know it's probably not going to make sense right now, but bookmark it. MK Ultra is used, but to get MK Ultra to take hold the way it needs to be, it has to involve satanic ritual, extreme trauma, humiliation, just evil on a level you can't imagine. I don't care what you all think about Trump. I'm not sure what I think about Trump, but he is telling you the truth on a lot of things. You guys just don't understand what he's saying. When he's saying they're eating the cats and dogs, he's preparing your hearts and your minds for the fact that satanic ritual abuse is about to come into the light in a big way. Voodoo is about to come into the light in a big way. Cannibalism is about to come into the light in a big way. All of those things linked to MK Ultra.
And of course, when Diddy's name makes headlines, Justin Bieber's isn't far behind. It's practically inevitable. Back in Bieber's early days, Diddy wasn't just a familiar face, he was a mentor, a guiding figure, someone Bieber spent time with both on the scene and behind closed doors. So naturally, when Diddy's legal troubles hit, the internet immediately started dragging Bieber's name into the conversation. His rep, though, has been crystal clear. Justin's focused on his family life, especially now as a dad, and he's got zero plans to comment on his former mentor's situation. But here's the problem. Staying silent doesn't kill the rumors, it supercharges them. In the world of online speculation, a lack of response is basically a blank canvas for conspiracy theories. And just like that, old interviews and throwback photos of Bieber and Diddy are popping up all over social media, fanning the flames. Bieber has always been one of those polarizing figures, loved by millions, picked apart by just as many. And in moments like this, every past connection, every old snapshot, suddenly feels like evidence to the internet sleuths. That's how digital narratives work. Once the internet decides there's a story, it takes on a life of its own. Facts become optional. Context gets stripped away. And once a theory snowballs, good luck stopping it. Because online, perception isn't just reality, it's louder.
I'm tired of Usher. I wish somebody would come out and just like sue him. Like, we need Usher. No, we do. We need a victim to come out and be honest about him. Because what I'm realizing is that he's going to fake the funk until the victim. He's just going to keep on sucking the devil's. And I don't know, you know, like with a baby, that pacifier, sometimes you got to pull it out. You know what I'm saying? And take it away. Right? When the baby's used to sucking on the pacifier. That motherfucker gonna keep sucking on that shit until you do what? Till you take it out the mouth. Now it's gonna scream and holler, but eventually it will get used to the fact that his mouth is no longer full with that object. And that it's time to just, you know, learn how to live without it. He's been sucking on Diddy's a long time. It's time for him to learn how to make this thing happen without the devil's in his mouth or ass.
You don't think if he sued, he'll just Lil Woody the situation? And I don't recall. I don't recall.
No, because I think if a victim comes out against Usher, it'll show how egregious this is. Because if he can be a predator, then anybody can be a predator.
You smile on your face the whole time.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, people look at Usher, they don't see that. They're not seeing the victim.